Hello, my lovelies, and welcome to my channel. My name is Lydia Wilmsen. I'm a mindset and high performance coach, and on this channel here we talk all things conscious creation, manifestation, and mindset. And if you want to learn more about me and see how we can work together, check out the description. I've just launched my new Mind Mastery community. You can join for 7 days for free, cancel anytime. We have our first group coaching, or not first, but we have a group coaching call every Wednesday, so that means today. And I just thought I would hop on here and talk a little bit about conscious creation, about reality being your mirror. So no script, I have nothing prepared. I'm just going to ramble a little bit, but give you very important pointers to how to select the reality you want to live in. And also, I have a little bit of an issue with my voice, so I'm sorry if I have to do very often, or sometimes, but perhaps not. Okay. And Happy New Year, happy 2025 to you. May it be the best year yet and the best year ever for you until the next best year comes along. So, conscious creation, reality being your reflection. Reality, outer reality, physical reality, the materialized world, the manifested world is a reflection of your inner state. So the only thing you ever have to take care of is your inner state. You don't have to optimize, fix anything in your outer reality anymore if you don't want to. Of course, many people like to do that. They just live very immersed in the very dense 3D reality, in the physical reality, and they like to do things there and bend everything to their will. But there is a much easier way. So you can keep doing that. I have done that for ages. I went through several burnouts because of that. I tried to fix things. I was so much in opposition to what was happening out there. And there is a much easier way, or much simpler way. In the beginning, it might not be easy because you're so used to the old ways of doing things, but it can be much easier and much simpler. So the fundamental principle here being outer reality is a reflection of your inner state. So when you want to change something in your outer reality, you go inward and you change yourself. And then it will be reflected to you in your outer reality. However, little snippet here, gold nugget for you. The reflection in the outer reality comes with a little bit of a time delay. I always like to give the example of like a container ship. When you change the steering wheel, there is a delay until you see, even from up there, that the ship is moving because of the inertness of matter. It is so heavy, so slow, so that in the beginning you don't even see the movement. And it's the same with the projection from your inner reality. So if you look into a mirror, when you look into a mirror, you have an instant reflection. But the reality mirror doesn't necessarily instantly reflect it. So don't wait for that. But you have to keep shifting your inner state and stay in the desired inner state that matches the reality that you want. And then it has to push out. It has to reflect in your outer reality, and it will. And this is also how so-called hot-cold behavior happens. When you have, when you shift your state continuously, you go back to the old state of like, I don't have what I want. And then you go back into your desired reality. I have everything I want. I'm living in that reality. You're in your imagination. You're living in your imagination. You're visualizing, you're doing affirmations, whatever it is. And then you go back to, but it's not here yet. And look at my physical reality. Nothing is happening. Back to the old state. And then you have this either because you really stay too much in the old reality. You don't have any reflections in your outer reality from the new state. Like you stay too much in the old reality, in your inner reality, so to say, you don't have any reflections, or you get this zigzag, this hot and cold behavior. And I know it can be really tough in the beginning to stay the course and keep aligning with your inner state, because the 5 senses, the feedback we get from the 5 senses, even though it's the end, is so compelling and feels so true, but it's not. It's just a reflection. It's the old story you're seeing playing out in front of you. And to remind yourself of that, and then at some point also seeing evidence of this whole conscious creation thing happening, this will help you shift your state quicker. So once you get a little bit of reflections and you understand like, oh wow, yeah, I was thinking that. I was staying in my reality, in my desired reality. I was doing the work. And look, now it's happening. So you will create evidence. at some point, and that will help you to believe more and stay in your desired reality more. And what I also learned, a really beautiful way of putting that, like in the beginning, you live in faith. You put your faith and this is working. This is how conscious creation works. You keep aligned with your desired state. You put your faith in your desired state, even though you see nothing yet reflected in your physical reality. And then people say like, but how can I keep up the faith? And I was that, because I'm a very analytical, logical person. So for me, it was like, my God, but like I see what I see. So how can I keep the faith up? Even though I already had evidence, I still went back into, I'm not sure if this works. And then the question was, how can I keep the faith? And a very simple explanation for me was, you don't keep faith. You don't wait for someone else giving you faith, like religion or other people or something. It's a simple choice. I can choose if I want to keep my faith in the old reality, in that what I don't want anymore, and keep recreating that. It's my choice. Or I can say, I give it a go. I put all my faith in my desired reality now. I put my faith in that what I want now. I put my faith in trusting that, trusting myself and trusting those principles and trusting those mechanisms now. Because what can I lose? I cannot lose anything. I can only stay in my old undesired reality. But if I put my faith into what I want instead, this is the real chance of creating that, understand that. And it's a choice. And once I understood it's a choice, it was so easy for me to shift that and say, yes, I do put my faith there because no one else can give me faith. The only thing that can give me faith is myself. It's my choice. So I choose where I put my faith. And it would be stupid for me as a logical person to put the faith in what I don't want anymore just because I saw it pushed out, just because I saw that it happened. I know I can only create new evidence if I feed this here new data. You have to understand that physical reality is, of course, it's computing, everything is computed, but it computes the old shit or the old stuff that you put in there. It cannot create new. It is a reflection, so it computes the data that is in there. If I want a new reflection, I have to put new data in there. So the new data I put in there, I do through choices, through decisions I make, like this is what I want to experience now. I put new data in there through visualizations, for example, very short loops, sometimes 3, 4, 5 seconds, and I loop them, a visualization of 3, 4, 5 seconds where someone says something to me that mirrors back to me like I'm in my desired state. For example, I have X amount of members in my membership, and I loop that, I tell this to someone and that person says like, oh wow, you're already at whatever, X amount of members. And I'm like, yes. And then I loop this scene. Or affirmations. I have a self-concept routine or affirmation rampages sometimes, mirror work. I do these things for fun and because I enjoy being in that state. You also have to understand you're not doing any of those things in order to get something in your physical reality. You're doing those things in order to feel this in the moment. And your brain cannot differentiate between something imagined and something real. It's the same effect, so to say. So I can just imagine having this experience and it's the same, and it's so lovely. So at some point you will enjoy those imaginations and visualizations and affirmation routines even so much. It will bring you so much joy, and then you don't want to stop it because now you have it in physical reality. It's not about that. So I do those things to get into my desired reality, yes. These are all things that help me, but I make the choice of I put my faith in that because this brings me joy and this is what I want to experience. And and I was speaking about the data that I feed it new data. Instead of all the old data that created the life that I had before, I started feeding it new data, and that started creating a life and business that was way beyond to what I had experienced before. Especially when it comes to happiness level and fulfillment, I'm an entirely different person than I was 2 years ago. Entirely. But also other areas of my life. So, and even when it comes to health, to physical appearance, all of that, you can start selecting the reality that you want to experience. Because the thing is, Again, conscious creation, you can understand it this way. We have infinite potential of reality out there. Everything you can imagine is potential reality. It's unmanifested reality. It's not yet physical. Unmanifested, not yet physical reality. And there is an infinite amount of number of that. Anything and everything you can imagine is an unmanifested, unseen reality, so to say. It's potentiality. And through you putting your awareness on that constantly or continuously, you bring this unmanifested reality through observing that, through your awareness, you collapse from wave into particles. So you basically bring it into physical existence. But it's there already. It's there as unmanifested potential, and you bring it into physical experience, into physical reality through shifting your awareness on that. That is all that happens, and this is why anything and everything is possible. Everything you can be aware of in your imagination can become a reality. And everything is only happening inside. I'm not going much deeper now because for many people it's already like, oh wow, this is crazy stuff. But this is also why you can manifest changes in other people. You're actually not changing those people. You're changing the version of yourself and the version of that person that you have, in your reality. Because it's your reality. You're the sole creator, the sole selector in your own reality. So you can either manifest a selective version of a person who's very unfriendly to you or very friendly. It's your awareness and it's your power. And once you understand those principles and put them to work, life becomes kind of miraculous because you can decide what you want to experience, so to say. At the same time, reality is so convincing, physical reality, because of your five senses, that you will never feel like you're actually selecting those things. You will fully experience them. This is the magic. At some point, you know you're selecting those things, but you're still experiencing them as if they happened to you, even though they happened through you. And this is the game of life. And this is why everything is so convincing, so that you can actually enjoy it. If you knew with everything like, it's just a game, it wouldn't feel the same way. But because it is so convincing, this is why we actually enjoy it so much. And now you know how to shift what you experience. You use your awareness, get into the state of having instead of the state of not having. Get into the desired state, like into the state of being in your desired reality instead of not being in that desired reality. Put your focus on that, hold your focus on that continuously, or at least kind of consistently, more time than on the undesired state. So the more you focus, the more you hold your awareness there, the quicker it goes. If you constantly go like you waver, of course it takes more time because it goes there. Like imagine the big ship again. You change the steering wheel, but 5 minutes later you go back. What do you expect to see? Nothing. But if you hold it there for a day and then turn it back around, then you see like this. And when you turn it like that, then you like constantly, then you will see at some point the ship moving into that direction constantly. So I really like the metaphor, and when you feel like nothing is changing, bring your awareness back inside. Find the fulfillment in your imagination, in your visualization. Really live in that state. It's a lot of fun, and then start seeing those snippets showing up in your physical reality. And you'll be in awe. Like once you see like, oh, I've been thinking about this. I've putting my awareness on this and it's actually showing up. You can start with small things if you want to, like free coffee, free whatever. And have that start showing up and see evidence of that, It's, it builds your trust or the faith that you still choose to have. So reality is your reflection. It's up to you, and you can change anything and everything in your reality. People say like, but my partner is this way. I don't want to change him. You don't change that version. You just select a different version of that person. So it's super simple, but of course, then it comes down to all our beliefs, all our assumptions that we hold about ourselves, about relationships, about other people, that we have to address and shift. And there are many powerful tools that we can use to make this shift much easier. Join my Mind Mastery community or even book some one-to-one coaching, and I give you many amazing tools to make this life, or this transition, so to say, much easier, much smoother. Okay, and perhaps we are going to make more videos here. It's actually nice to just chat and just talk. Put your questions in the comments, or also your aha moments or whatever you want to share. Put it in the comments. And yeah, I'll make some more videos with your questions or to answer your questions. And if you want proper coaching, join the Mind Mastery community. Every Wednesday there is proper coaching. We have Zoom calls so you can ask your questions and be coached by me. Okay, I would say until the next video. Thank you for watching and subscribing, of course, if you like the channel. I also have to say that. Yeah, that's it. Bye.